Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the seventh lecture of the series Electrical for GATE and IES in 10 minutes. In this lecture, we are going to study about graph theory in detail. This is all about me. I have done BTech from BIT Misra and MTech and PhD from IIT Kharagpur. I have cleared GATE and Indian Engineering Services exams. So in graph theory, we are going to study these things: graph and tree, incidence matrix, reduced incidence matrix, loop matrix, tie set, fundamental loop, cut sets, driving point, and transfer functions. Let us see these one by one. First, graph and associated definitions we will see. So branch is basically a component or an element between two terminals to which connections can be made. Then node is the position where two or more branches are connected together. Then we have a loop is a single closed path in a network. Then graph is a linear graph is a collection of nodes and branches. We will see these through an example of electrical circuit. Now for converting an electric circuit to a linear graph, the voltage and current sources have to be replaced by their internal impedances. Let us see one example. Here on the left side you can see one electric circuit. This electric circuit is reduced to a linear graph. On the right side we can see the nodes 1, 2, 3 and 4. So each each electrical component has been reduced by its internal impedance, and we have got this linear graph. In this graph, this 1, 2, 3, 4 in red are the nodes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the green are the branches. Now let us see what is a tree and some associated definitions. The tree is a subgraph of a graph having all the nodes of the graph but without any loop. What is a loop? Loop, you can see one closed path, it is known as a loop. Now twigs are the branches of the tree and links are the branches which are removed from the tree. So let us see one example. This is a linear graph. Then from this linear graph, these are some of the trees. You notice that the trees do not have a loop. Now we will see incidence matrix and reduced incidence matrix. Now what is the incidence matrix? For a graph having n number of nodes and b number of branches, the incidence matrix is a n into b rectangular matrix. The elements of the matrix are given as Aij is equal to 1 if branch j is incident at node I and is oriented away from it, and it is -1 if it is oriented towards it, and it is 0 if j is not incident at I. Let us see one example. On the left side there is a graph, and from this graph this incidence matrix is drawn. So we have nodes 1, 2, 3, 4 and the branches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now following this rule, Aij is equal to 1, -1 and 0. All the elements are calculated, -1, 1 or 0, and it has been made. You try it. If you are not getting it, just comment. I will try answer it. Now we move on to reduced incidence matrix. We see that at least one of the rows of the incidence matrix can be represented as a linear combination of the remaining rows. Here in this matrix, suppose the last one that can be represented as a linear combination of the remaining all rows. So at least one of the rows can be eliminated. The matrix so obtained after eliminating one of the rows, it is known as reduced incidence matrix. We see this example. In the reduced incidence matrix, the last row has been removed. Now you remember this simple formula. It will be useful in some numericals. Number of trees that can be obtained out of a graph is equal to determinant of A into A transpose. A is the reduced incidence matrix. Now we move on to loop matrix and F loop matrix. Now loop matrix. For a graph having n number of nodes and b number of branches, the loop matrix or circuit matrix is given as BA is equal to Bij. The component Bij is equal to 1 if branch j is in loop I with same orientation, otherwise if it is in opposite orientation it is -1, and it is equal to 0 if j is not in I. Now the number of columns is equal to b, the number of rows is equal to number of possible loops. Let us see one example. On the left side there is a graph, on the right side we draw its loop matrix. We first write the loops, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 loops are there, then the branches 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now we write the components according to this rule. You try it. If you face any problem, just comment. Now we move on to tie set fundamental loops or F loops. Now to get F loops, we take a tree and remove all the links. Then we connect one link at a time to get one loop. Such loops are known as F loops. Therefore, the number of F loops will be equal to b minus n minus 1. Look at this example. We have this tree on the left side. So the F loop matrix according to this rule, it is drawn here. Here we have represented twigs and links separately. So you try to draw this matrix by following this rule, then you will remember it. Now we move on to cut sets and the cut set matrix. Now the cut set, it is a minimum set of branches of a connected graph whose removal causes the graph to become unconnected into exactly two connected subgraphs. Means it divides a graph into two subgraphs, with further stipulation that the removal of any proper subset of this set leaves the graph connected. With this condition that if any proper subset of this set is removed, then the graph will become connected. So you remember this definition, and you try some examples. You try it on your own. I leave it to you. You will get it. It is easy. Now we see driving point and transfer functions. It is important from the point of engineering services and GATE exams. Some numericals are asked from this. So you just remember the definitions. If both the excitation and response correspond to the same terminal, then the ratio of response transform to excitation transform is known as driving point transform. Else, if it corresponds to different terminals, then it is known as transfer function. So we elaborate this through a numerical here. Now for this circuit we have to find the driving point and transfer function. So the inputs are V1 I1, output is V2. So I1 R into I1 by CS is equal to V1S, V2S is equal to I1S by CS. We write the circuit equations. Then the driving point functions will be impedance and admittance. So V1S by I1S and I1S by V1S. Now the transfer function will be a voltage ratio, which is V2S by V1S. This is equal to 1 by CS divided by R plus CS. So you solve more problems on this driving point and transfer function. This is just a basic definition. A simple problems will be asked from this. Okay. You try more problems. If you get any difficulty, just comment in the comment section. I will try to answer it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. If you like it, do rate, review, recommend and share it with the relevant audience so that more people can be benefited from it. If you have any doubt, please contact me. You can contact me through YouTube, Gmail and this Facebook page. Thank you.